Good morning everybody. Well, today is a new smoky day. This was my Christmas present off my good lady, and I've ended up with this, and I'm well, proper chuffed. So I've got my first Dadent, which is what I've wanted. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go through the hives. It's a lovely day. Spring is definitely here. This is going to be the first inspection, and we'll see what we find. See you in a bit. So one thing I did do, just as sort of it started to warm up, I think it was February time, all I did was I came along and did a quick move, put things on like feeder on, just in case, and all that kind of stuff, but I haven't had to use it. Bee flight there is a lot, but I have put supers on, so on all of the honey hives. So we'll have a look at what we've got in there. Okay, so there's nothing going on in this super. I'll just show you. So this super, there's a few little bees kicking around. Let's take a centre one out. Oh, it's so nice to just get in with your hive tool and start moving, but yeah, they haven't done anything. No, there's nothing happening, which is fine. And I'm not expecting it. We're just right at the start of the season. There's a bit of brace comb on there, but nothing we need to even think about, to be honest. So that's fine. That's a super ready for when things do kick off. Seems to have a lot of brace comb on the bottom, so we'll deal with that. Get this super off. So the queen excluders are on. Over there. The top of there, so we'll give them a bit of smoke. Now this is a 2024 queen in here, and she is coming into her second season now. So just to show you what I mean, so we've got just you put you there, so you can see into the hive, and just give them a bit of smoke over the top, just a little bit of smoke like that, and then just take this comb off and just clean up the top of the frames. You can see there's brace comb, so here connecting the two frames, so we'll be bracing that down. It's about 16 degrees. It's really warm. It's lovely, so it's ideal time to get in, do a first inspection, see what's going on, get an idea of what's going on. There's a lot of flight from the front of the hive, so we'll just see if they're bringing all the bits in that we want them to be. But yeah, this is all we're doing, is getting rid of this brace comb here. So clean up the frames. It's always good to start the start of the season by doing that. So I'll just show you now. So when you're going into a hive, certainly early in the year like this is the first time, so they're going to have propolized all of the frames, so it's going to be difficult to get in. So I always, as a rule of thumb, go either the 2nd or the 11th on the 12th frame, so you're just basically taking one in from the end. I never take the end one out, and the reason I don't do that is just because the risk of rolling the queen against the wall is high, because you don't know what's there at the moment. he's going to take it out. You can see how slow and steady I'm taking that out. And there we go. Frame number 1 of 2026. I'm looking inside. We're bringing in nectar. This is just a food frame, and this here, all of this is the ivy honey from the end of the winter. So they have plenty of stores. They're getting through that. They're trying to eat that down. So I'm looking for Her Majesty on there. I doubt very much whether she'd be this far back in the hive, but we're still going to look for her. There's pollen on the bees, and they're, you know, they are eating through. You can see some of the bees on there are eating through the stores, so that's good. But they certainly don't need feeding or anything like that. There's plenty of stuff. So now we've got that space, we'll take this end frame out, which I can see already is just full of stores. But we'll take it out and it will just give us a nice area to work in. So same again. Got the ivy honey in there. It's all, and they haven't even drawn out the back end of it. So that's where they were at the end of last season. So there, and we'll just now methodically go through the hive and we'll do an inspection, and what we're looking for is basically signs of the queen, sign that the queen has made it. And if we look into this one, there's nectar, so we've got nectar all up here, so they are bringing nectar in, which is a great sign. And then they're actually capping it there, so they're capping the nectar over, so we've got honey. This is honey here and these bits here. Okay, there's still some ivy honey in there, and they just seem to be going through that. No sign of Her Majesty though as yet. She is a green dot queen, but we haven't seen any eggs and we haven't seen any larvae, so I'm just assuming at the moment that she's going to be a bit further on. And then we'll keep going through the hives. If the bees are coming up, and so again a bit sort of towards where you're working, a little bit of smoke just over the top, and it just brings them down. So this is an interesting frame. Now what we're seeing here is we've got eggs, I can see, in the top, and this sticking out is drone brood. And that's what we call spotty drone brood. Not a good sign, but we'll just see if we've got some slabs of brood. So we've got cat worker brood there and some spotty drone brood throughout the middle. That is full of brood in all stages as well. There's eggs, there's larvae, there's pupa. So the sign is that she is laying, whether or not she's doing what we want. And another thing that's on this frame is a queen cell. It wasn't charged, and all charged means is that there's something in it. So whether that be an egg, royal jelly, larva, that would be a charged queen cell. That was just empty, and what we refer to as a play cup. Next frame, now this is a better frame. So that's all worker brood, cat worker brood. So what I can assume, just looking at the hive so far, is that we're definitely in the season. The queen's laying drones, and you can just see them on the edge of this frame as well. Okay, so she's laying drone brood, which is here. Okay, and she has laid all this up. So this is eggs. This is recently hatched by the looks of things, and we've got cat worker brood. So that's a great sign. And then we're going through into the next frame. This is a light frame. So this is just a frame of foundation, not foundation, frame of drawn comb. Okay, I may have manipulated something at the very start of the season. I don't know, actually, I can't remember. I must have done something at some point. I'll have to look at my notes, because that's right in the middle. I don't think she's laid in that. Let's just have a look. she hasn't laid in that, so, but that is ready for her to lay in now. They've drawn it all out. Look at the next frame. Here we go, another frame of cat worker brood. Okay, so all cat worker brood. There's brood in all stages in there as well. There's pollen. Got another play cup up here. Could be just that it's going to be a drone cell, but we'll just knock it down. We'll just squeeze it. We don't want to give them any sort of encouragement to swarm. Just looking. See again on that side, it's exactly the same. It's just a nice frame of cat brood, and if I just lay it on its side, queen cell there. But none of the queen cells I've looked at, or the play cups I've looked at, have actually got anything in them, so that's positive. But let's just have a quick look. So you can see within there, there's larvae. So what we call brood in all stages. They're just capping these over. It's just the final part of the stage of making a bee. But that looks healthy. There's nothing wrong with that. Comb's nice and fresh. It's not old comb. No. Very light frame again. I remember now. I actually put. I took. There she is. There's the queen. You can see her. So she's a green dot queen. She is 2024. So this is her here. Still got a green dot on her. She's just working away. Still laying. Still not at a point where we need to sort of get rid of her. So she's looking fine. Looking in those cells. Look. Might even get to see her lay an egg. But yeah, she's doing really well. You can see her working the cells, just bossing everybody about. Lovely temperament on these bees as well. So all is good at the moment. When you're putting a frame back in, make sure your queen's central. Okay, even if you have to move her. So when you put her in, she's in the middle. You can see she's there, and then when you put them together, you're not going to squash her. So look at this one. So I think as we go through now, we're just going to see pretty much the same. So yeah, we've got another lovely frame of cat worker brood there. Okay, so emerging bees. So a lot of these are young bees, I can see. The way that you can see young bees, they're usually like really fluffy. And if you look here, this bee here, pick it up, this one, put in there, that's a drone. So that's a sign that the season is upon us. So to see the male bees, what they are is they're there in order to take her paternal side and spread her genes. They won't mate with any of her daughters if she made a queen, but they are there to spread her genes, and that's a good sign to see at the start of the season. It just basically means that we are in the beekeeping season now. We've got drones because they'll be out flying looking for queens. So yeah, I remember now, checkerboarded this just to get them started on new things really. But yeah, they're all busy, they're all doing the thing, they're all drawing out that comb, which is fine. So we'll leave it in the same configuration, and I think we'll probably end up now with 2 frames of stores at the end. What we got? Oh no, another frame of brood, and then on the other side another frame of brood. So this colony is going to explode within the next week, which is a lovely thing to see. And then last frame for this inspection. Check it out. Let's see what we've got on this one. And there we go. So capped honey around the sides. There's all pollen in the centre. So all of this here is pollen in here. We've got what we call a halo of honey around the top. And on the other side, It's identical. Okay, they haven't got as much pollen in this side, but there is that sort of halo of honey around the top and plenty of pollen, so that's nice, good to see. And then all we'll do is we'll put that in, make sure that's touching, and then we can push our frames in from this side. He says everything's a bit stiff this time of year, but we won't get there soon. And then the reason we're doing that is because we put that queen in and we know that that queen is going to be safe. All nice and neat. Oh, okay, bring that stores in. Just turn that frame around. I'm going to put, these are both stores. I'm going to turn that around so that that goes in next to that one, and they can start drawing that out and adding food. And then got that final frame of stores. Now when you've got a lot of bees on the top, you don't want to squash any bees, so just give them a shake, put them in, and then we can then push that in without any issues. And a quick spray, smoke, just doing some smoke over the top. Queen excluder goes on. Now I have got a thing about wire queen excluders. I used plastic ones last year, and the plastic ones are fine, but I find, I don't know if anybody else does, but put your comments down the bottom if you agree with what I'm saying, but I find that the plastic ones, they don't seem to be able to get through, whereas the metal ones, they seem to get through with ease. So put this on, this will be ready to receive soon. Okay, so we've got queen excluder on, ink has gone on, we've got the feeder ready. God forbid there was a, I don't know, massive snowfall, frost or whatever, and they couldn't get out, storms and everything. We've just got that option if we need to, so it's all ready to go. Bit of condensation on the top. Put the roof on. And that is it. First inspection, 2026 done. Nice healthy colony, showing signs, real good signs of obviously growth potential. The queen's laying, she's doing a fab job. She's laying drone brood, and she has got a good healthy colony going on there. So yeah, brilliant first inspection, gotta say. No issues with that at all. So that's it. I'm going to finish off in this apiary. Going to be much of the same. If there's anything that's a bit different or there's something wrong, I'll bring you back and let you know. If not, I'll see you at the end and just recap of what we found. See you in a bit.